Ice is now level 4.5 versus 2.5.
Oh no. All right, this is a problem. You know, I think Jenkins was talking about some of the keys to the victory that he saw for Zoomers was it being a good laning stage, and EG have just switched up these lanes, now getting a one-on-one of Ice versus Brax down bottom, and that's really screwed things up for him.
Level 2 is just like so awkward for bad. The 3 is nice, like just starting to buff up the napalm.
Right.
He needs a little bit more value out of these fireflies whenever he pops one. Back to that like very initial fight though, I thought that Crit did an excellent job of like utilizing his fairy fire. Like the way that he was trying to trade as the Shadow Shaman, I think is super key in this lane. He came what, salve, 5 tangos, and a fairy fire. Like he's abusing that heavy right click damage that you get.
And being the one up front and center. And it's not like terrible movement speed either for him, the way I feel like it used to be. Like 285 is not awful, even though everybody's a little bit faster than him around the area. But as we get close to this 4-minute mark, the one benefit that you can definitely have at the very least for 4Zoomers is that Gunnar getting that solo kill onto Abed, much needed. But now they're going to rotate, try and secure a rune, but it's down bottom, so Gunnar will get the bottle refill.
Yeah, it's giving him a little bit of an edge there. Net worth wise, he's neck and neck there with Ice. As Brax sprays his way back to the tower. Ice is approaching Ravage right now. God. And so if he can whittle down Brax and threaten to me something else, it's his 98th game on Tide. Second most still to ROTK. Wow, that's kind of funny.
Jeez.
Right. And QO still has the leading PA. Oh, Caveman Dota. Good times.
Of course he does. Well, it's going to be an interesting one to watch, this one for sure, because it feels like Ice is primed to have an amazing start. And likewise up top, things to get a little bit testy here. Already only 10 last hits for Sammy Boy.
Yeah, that's true. I've been looking more at the last hit battles in the side lanes, but yeah, Sammy Boy and Brax a little hurting here so far.
And Gunnar, he's trying to salvage Brax's lane right now. If they can make that work. Oh, Ravage though, and he gets the Kraken Shell immediately taking it off. Dude, that timing with only 1 point is insane.
Yeah, that was well done. I mean, the guy's played Tide a few times. I'm not going to chalk that up to luck. I think he might know what he's doing. But yeah, Gunnar does get the double bottle, so unfortunate that you don't get the kill, but at least the Ravage is down. This means he's not going to kill Brax with it, and you can double bottle up while giving your mid lane to Ocean for a little bit. So not a super successful play, but they don't lose out on too much, I don't think.
True. Yeah, so that helps at least in some fashion. It's not as good as it could have been, but it's something at the very least. As Gunnar is actually going to head on over towards the jungle, it looks like, or come back in towards mid again. I'm not sure what his plan is here. I guess he wants to contest for the rune.
Abed's just trying to finish the stacks. Like, oh yes, just in time, and down for the 6 minutes. This is a level 3 Oracle too. He's got the big damage.
Oh, nothing. Ocean spots the regen down bottom, and he's just gonna have to take it himself. Yeah, can't leave that for Abed to possibly take it. But all 3 lanes being won right now by EG.
Yeah, I mean, your Lash had like full bottle anyway. It's not a big deal. He's like, yeah, I would like to farm with that too, but as he said, the risk is just too much for a storm. Abed correctly identifies exactly where Gunnar's playing, and he's taking stacks and stuff. We can't do anything about it.
So sit back, farm up a little bit more. Abed definitely having a good time here in mid. And this is also, you know, the fact that you're not dying up top and that there's still like a couple CS to be had for Sammy Boy here and there. It's sort of making the best of a bad situation.
This was their big hero for a while. Back when Clinks was like completely busted, right? We saw Sammy Boy play Clinks constantly. They were like one of the teams really trying to push that hero with or without the Ench several times. So it's, I would say, probably one of his more confident heroes, but he's not exactly a big meta hero at the moment, right? Curious to see how well it goes for him.
Zip on into Ocean mid. Kicks Abed back underneath the tower, but the shackles will connect, and that should be more than enough to take down Ocean. So Crit makes that rotation and helps set up Abed to have an even better game as down bottom. Trying to bring down Ice yet again. Ravage back up in 10 seconds. And Gunnar doesn't actually have any more mana, but will they be able to bring him down nonetheless? The rotation coming in from Abed. I think they just got wrecked. Yeah, he's like, thank you very much. I will take that kill.
I'm surprised he didn't taunt on him while he was at it.
You look ravaged.
Yeah, just gave him the tip instead. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Ice is owning this game completely.
think he did not feel as great or as comfortable on that Legion Commander last game for sure. One of the performances that I think he'd like to forget, but definitely off to a better start here in this one.
Gunner's game's just gone sideways since he got that solo kill, though. 2 failed rotations to the bottom lane. Also doesn't get the bottle cancel there on the Abed as he scoops out that invis.
Yeah, they got to do something. I mean, I guess just AFK farming to a certain extent.
Oh yeah,
I know what they need.
They're pulling the dust out on Fly. He's coming top for the kill.
Okay.
Is that the plan? I at least assume it is, but he's under a ward here too.
Invisibility.
They know that Fly's is like lurking back here with detection.
Right.
So it could catch him off guard if Abed comes up invis, but he's losing too much HP on the stack to, yeah, he just canceled out the invis to keep farming.
And Gunner, he made the rotation, was spotted briefly on that ward, but then they ended up canceling
and look,
the
this
charge.
ward's now spotting Abed. They decided not to smoke, so.
A lot of vision had up in this top lane. EG spot Zoomers and Zoomers spot EG, and now everybody's just kind of chilling, waiting.
So you just Fly catch it with a sentry now. He's gonna wait to see their reaction. Oh, I mean, they're under the tower anyway, so this doesn't necessarily give it away, right? Because they're just moving with the creep wave.
True. Yeah, it might not reveal it. And I mean, the other thing here is Gunner's like this is all time when you're not really farming that much on Abed.
Yeah,
he does head back to the camp.
He'll also clear the camp before 10 anyway, so I mean, it could have been better, yeah, but at least there's still pressure, even if they could see him. Like Sammy Boy still had to play a little bit differently. And, oh, he gets the fairies trinket.
That's silly.
This thing seems way too good. First off, and on Storm, that seems kind of nasty. 5% mana reduction.
It's true.
Some heroes you can write that off. Not Storm though, and he's looking for another ancient stack here at the 10-minute timer.
If they get this is looking really good for him. All right, pulls to the side. And will it finish off? Does look like it. So another stack triple there for the PA. Can they do anything here to Husky? Trying to bring him down. TP out.
Stupendous.
Manages to escape.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, well, Sammy Boy recovering a little bit here at the very least. I mean, he hasn't died, but he's getting some last hits. He's not getting zoned out of the lane. He's only 900 gold behind Arteezy, which I think is kind of surprising considering his startup here, but that's just because Arteezy hasn't really racked up any kills or anything, so he's not like growing too much.
Right. They make the move over towards mid to defend the tower. Ice level 10 right now with a hood. I don't know what kills this guy. It feels really tough for them to make anything work. But the wrap is coming. Gunner, Ocean, under wards but smoked up. They run into Fly, find that kill right at the start now. Have eyes on Arteezy, but it does look like it's a bit too hard to chase this one down, most likely.
They're just going to take mid instead. Because like, Ice isn't there, so it's hard to really turn that fight around, and it's in an awkward spot too far from the tower in case they want to try and TP, so they're just going to snake mid.
And it does look like they're just going to get it. Crit the one that secures the last hit.
And this comes back to the threat of the Ravage. Forcing him to pop it, even if you can't get a successful defense, could kind of feel good as long as no one dies. Because now they're just going to walk top and do it again. And they don't necessarily even need the snakes if Storm gets a power rune at 12.
Man, what a great start that this game has turned out for. And I think so much of it also is just that like initial battle that went on where Brax died down bottom, and how good of a game that set Ice up to have. And now securing these ancients.
Now, mind you, he does have bots. Brax, like, he has just been stationary, like completely static down bottom. Bat likes to flex a lot in the laning stage, so this is not a great thing, the fact that he wasn't able to really like dominate anyone. But Ty did still have to like leave the lane at one point, right? He didn't want to like feed away his advantage with a single rotation and all the magic damage from the bat. So now there is pressure on this bottom tower, and they're even warding behind, so they're really hoping to assassinate someone here. But likewise, EGR is going to do a counter rotation top. But where's Leshrac going? He's going bottom, so this will be the quick push down here.
Take this one down as quickly as possible.
Here's the thing, though. Are you going to TP into Ravage?
Yeah, it feels unlikely. They're even going to glyph this one, so yeah, it's even less likely to really happen now. So they'll lose out
Radiant's
on one
bottom
tower
tower
here.
is
They
under
need more
attack.
time for Sammy Boy to get online. It really feels like
Dire's
he
top
already goes
tower
for
is
the
under
Falcon
attack.
Blade, and he's queuing up the Midas afterwards. So
Radiant's
their
bottom
time window
tower
for when
has
they want
fallen.
to play feels much later on.
I've been wanting this.
It's gonna be a pretty quick battle period though.
Yeah.
The Orb of Corrosion mostly paying off threat-wise, I think, just the fact that like
Dire's
it made it so they
top
couldn't
tower
really
has
contest him.
fallen.
He almost had a couple kills on the Husky there,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is under
it is
attack.
expensive. I mean, that thing adds up gold-wise, so it does slow the battle period down a little bit, but still gonna be a very respectable time here for RTZ as his team plays the Vanguard right now. Look how they're just standing between Zoomers and RTZ.
Yeah. Abed, though, runs into him. Sammy's there. They find Brax trying to blow him up right at the start. Hex is out afterwards. Oh, this has gone terribly for the Zoomers. Need to run away. Ocean in trouble, super dead, and now looking about going for more. I've been turning here, trying to take him down. Gunner's in the area. They need to be careful. That Ravage was primed and ready to go. So they will lose Brax and the Earth Spirit.
And
Push
again,
go down
securing
low.
that 12-minute rune, right?
Dire's
Yeah.
Utilizing that on the
is under
Storm Sphere for the
attack.
Orchid reveal. Having an Arcane rune, very good for a Storm Spirit.
Jeez.
He's just right back on the map and farming.
A lot of things break in the way of EG right now, and Zoomers are gonna have to dig deep if they want to make something else happen. Turn this back around. There's a DD for the Storm. Spawns at the 15-minute mark, and another hero could be dead very soon. Gunner showing mid.
Sammy Boy going for the fabled item. The Midas.
Yeah.
I saw RTZ's effigy last game says, buff Midas, please, with a big Alpine Ursa. So he's doing what he can.
True.
Sammy Boy's hoping for the same thing at the moment. But finally they get Husky after so many attempts on him. That's actually just his first death.
They're underneath this ward. They're not gonna decide to go though. I guess with Orchid on cooldowns, Abed did not want to try and
Dire's
make
middle
that play,
tower
but
is
they
under
won't even get the
attack.
D ward there. Things looking a little bit spooky right now. If you're 4Zoomers and EG just doing everything that they want, gonna head
Radiant's
right
bottom
into the
tower
pit
is
even.
under attack.
That is interesting. I mean, they're covered by the Ravage. This is like Chinese Dota stuff. But they used to do this all the time, right? When they had Tide, even they didn't have like the best Roche, they could just do this. But I mean, they have the Orb of Corrosion, they have Gush, maxed out as well. So even without a Deso, this is very doable.
All right, moving on in, taking it down. Only battle fury on the PA, and now Abed hanging on to this Aegis. Yeah, there's a scary timing here, definitely.
Gunner is just being sneaky in the tree line and Edict TPing, trying to help whittle down that mid-tier one.
I like it. Yeah, gotta do what you can here. Avoid conflict whenever possible.
And Crit's making the call, telling Ice to push the mid wave and then run top. They want to take that tier 2. They're going for the kill before 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They want to snowball this into the XP lead.
Misses there on the stun. He'll scepter afterwards. Trying to draw attention back this direction. Pushes Ice into everybody. The silence is there. And he is going to
Dire's
gladly
top tower
taunt in their
is under
direction.
attack.
Middle is
Dire's
missing.
structures
Ram.
are
Missing mid.
fortified.
Yeah.
Radiant
They do
structures
drop wards
are
up top, but it's
fortified.
only the shaman here. And these creeps are going to be able to clean some of these wards up.
He's tanking. He's trying to save them, and he saves a decent chunk of them.
Second wind.
Wow. Okay.
So they had to rotate mid just in case Ice actually got caught, because
Right.
there was a decent chance they get Caplites on a good fight. And I still don't see them coming up here with Ice showing and
Radiant
flexing with his
are
Vlads, Ravage, the Hood. He's going Sanj next. Yeah, okay.
Dire's top tower
He's a
is under
Ranged
attack.
carry of the Clinks.
Dire's
Get out of my
top
game.
tower has fallen.
He's gonna be a big boy. This is hard to deal with. Like I don't know what your game plan is. I mean, I guess at the max level you're gonna have
it's a
the
big zip.
skeletons there as well as try and blow them up, but can't quite get there.
Abed just went all out on that one.
Huzzah!
Pretty gnarly. Third.
Third fastest Roche kill of the patch. Damn, Spirit took it before 12 minutes against Viking.
They're crazy. The team's gnarly. Okay, 7,000 gold lead, and it's just been by virtue of EG taking over larger parts of the map. Like, look at this ward coverage that they've got up here.
Yeah.
Just spotting all of the Zoomers jungle. Every
They'll
time.
finally miss out on that that mid tower ward soon, though. At least it's going to expire.
wonder if Zoomers could try and maybe pressure, since they're on the opposite side of the map. And
I mean, how much can you pressure when you have a 17-minute Midas on your Clinks? That doesn't feel like pressure territory.
No.
Barrett is the second most picked.
Okay.
I would not have guessed that.
Brax
I knew he was
Notion.
up there, but I would have thought there'd be more bans.
This is a nice kickoff if they can get this one. And I think that they'll be able to. Although the zip in coming, they find Ocean. Crit. Oh, the Hex is there.
Is under attack.
They will find at least one kill. Gunner comes in, just punches him in the face to secure the kill.
No, I'm not having a bad game or anything. It's fine. Go ahead.
Why not? 6 seconds. Sun's gonna come out now. Silence. Can't crack and shell that one off. Still taking a lot of damage from Gunner. Just getting demolished. Yule Scepter lift up, catching on to both of them. Silence again. Silences. But Fly is there to keep his Tidehunter alive. Got the save available. I mean, that shows how this fight could look good, but you need somebody to catch Fly.
Yeah, and Ice is just playing so far forward the whole time. You never really know when he does or doesn't have backup unless you have vision behind him, and they've struggled to get good vision down on that top half of the map.
Right.
I would guess that they're going to try a smoke play to their outpost, but we'll see.
Gotta do something.
Might be why Ocean's just up here now, too.
Right.
Try and push this out a little bit, gain some XP, but they're going to hop right on the Sandy Boy.
Oh, yeah, that dude's mega dead. Just run on through and blow him up. EG playing dominant Dota here in this game number 3. After a good laning stage, they have just completely pulled away from the Zoomers.
I wondered if Abed was going to follow the trail of breadcrumbs there of Brax's Firefly, but they'll let him live this time as
Ocean.
they dust away there.
Oh my god, they immediately CP2. And Ocean's just gotta get the hell out of here. He's underneath the ward still. I think Abed might just go kill him.
Oh, and he's
thinking about
sentry too. Oh no, that was his obs. Is that obs under the sentry? Oh my god, is it just outside again? I think it's under.
Yeah, we'll see in a moment. It's close.
Oh yeah, it's under. You can check with the vision.
I say sight. The wraparound Ravage, they never see it coming. Caught on to absolutely everybody. Sammy Boy gonna be held in the tongue of the frog-like Crit Man. He too will fall. Devastating round of engagements. Gunner gonna try and hold his own. We'll get the kill on Arteezy. That's not insignificant. Left track. Oh, but there's Abed, and yeah, he's just gonna find another kill.
Rage of
Kill him
snakes.
in their mid, and gotta run away. Brax might be able to make his way out, and it does look like he will.
Yeah, but did he
Take down 2.
Did he just walk up and ravage slowly? That's pretty much what that was. That was like the slowest little juke ravage initiation of all time.
Yeah, it was
Dire's
nice.
middle tower is under
I think
attack.
they just missed him. He was hiding in the trees, you know? Dude knows what he's doing.
Well, they kept the outpost, so
Dire's
that big
middle
victory, of
tower
course,
is under attack.
that we look for in any of these stompy games was secured by the side of EG, just elevating it. As I said, they'll kill onto RTZ, nothing to scoff at, but certainly not enough to just instantly get you back into things when he's also the third highest carry or core right now on the side of EG. With Ice and Abed still owning this game.
Right. Well, and it feels like it has to be these sort of like, you know, guerrilla style warfare that we've got from Zoomers. Finding pickoffs where they can get them. I mean, ideally you would want to like make a play now that Ravage is down, but they really don't have like anything that's a threat, I feel like, in this game.
You know, with net worth like this, both Ice and Abed are sea monsters.
Wow.
Radiant's bottom
Wow.
tower is
Just
under attack.
unbelievable, Trent.
Thank you.
You impress me daily.
The package comes in the mail once you have a child. It's
Damn sea monsters. What are you talking about?
what is
Well.
the solution here, though? BKB for Gunner. That's obviously going to be a huge one. There is still a PA, though, so
Dire's
it's not
middle
exactly a
tower
get out of
is
jail
under
free
attack.
card, but it is something to try and give you space in the fights. Likewise, the BKB is done for Brax. But last game we talked about like pushing issues.
Radiant
Not really
are
the case
scanning.
here from these heroes. PA,
Dire's middle
even though she's not like the
tower
best
has
tower
fallen.
hitter, with the itemization she goes for, and with the backup that she's had here, and the much longer reach of initiation, that was something that was a little bit rougher for 4Zoomers last
Dire's
game.
top tower
A
is
storm
under
with
attack.
a Tidehunter with a Blink Dagger is a great way to crack high ground.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he just now is
Radiant's
going to
middle
complete
tower
that Blink
has
Dagger. I was
fallen.
wondering if he was going to go for it or maybe just try and build into that halberd fully. But nonetheless, time will tell. Wards were dropped mid. The tower is gone. Only tier 1 remaining in the bottom
Dire are scanning.
side of the map.
I love this Sanj pickup though.
Yeah.
It's like it's so useful because of how they just want to stack everything on top of him, and he already has the Oracle to help save him. So then when you combine all that with the HP regen and the life steal lamp and everything, it gives him a lot of benefits from the Oracle's help.
Huh. This is interesting too. Ice Ice pushes the wave first, waits to deliver his blink dagger until he pushed the wave, and now he's hiding it. I like that.
He's such a sneaky guy with that, man.
Yeah. That's really cool. And now they're smoking to try and take this fight, but they're not going to realize the blink dagger's up. And REG going to smoke themselves.
So their big jump is the double BKB, right? Lesh and Batrider. That's the thing they're showing off with this smoke gank, whereas it's the blink dagger from EG. And that, oh, Ice knows. That's their smoking positioning is what that is. Like look where Fly is and look where Ice is. They know exactly what the Zoomers are up to.
I will say that Storm had a regen rune, went all the way bottom. I was thinking that when he showed on that lane, Zoomers might have been willing to go at that point because he was so far away, but they're going to play it safe. They're going to take back their own jungle and try and avoid whenever possible now.
How many bounties
did not connect?
Are they going to get, I wonder, though?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe one? I don't even know if they're going to get one.
Ooh, it's a haste turn for Storm now. And he just finished his Bloodstone. Abed wants to battle. He wants to get these charges up. You just know it.
Roche respawns in 5 seconds too, so a couple of picks is just an easy move into the pit for them.
Oh, don't show on the lane. Gunner, he doesn't run into everybody. Oh, God. BKB immediately TP's out of there, rolls away. Not necessarily the BKB you would have wanted, but he at least is able to survive.
That should get them the bounty runes bottom at the very least, but they send the courier into the pit. Ice spots it out.
That is Roche available.
And with Ravage again, I think they're just going to take it.
Like you said, not the BKB that you would have wanted, but it's the BKB they needed in that moment. Now, 25 minutes in, those bounties being traded, and Aegis soon to be claimed along with the cheese. Feels like it could be the time for EG to just put the clamps on it and see if they can try and close this game out here. Zoomers have put on a good performance in game number 1 and 2, and game number 3 is just a little rough.
Not often you see a 25-minute cheese these days. Rush this fast.
No.
Immortality is
Sammy
mine.
Boy is like trying to catch up. He's almost back up to ice levels, but again, a lot of his net worth is tied up in a Midas, so even though he is an attack speed hero that enjoys having that, it's still not the best situation for him. Just feels like it's gonna be really hard for him to get out his damage without a BKB.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the plus side is that at least he's got the Aghanim shard here, so creating those extra skeletons, that's important. But it does have a pretty big problem right now as, oh my God, they're just gonna get him. Dude, this can't happen. You can't lose your hero like this. Sammy trying to run away, barely able to make the jump, but it won't happen.
No way.
That sentry, like, he didn't have dust on Abed. So that sentry just completely won that farm. And the worst part was they had a sentry up there too.
Yeah.
They just obviously hadn't checked it in a while, and oh man. I love doing that though. Leaving your sentry on top of the enemy sentry.
Double damage.
Always makes them feel safe.
Well, devastating moment right there as Sammy Boy's gonna go down. They will pop Glyph to hang on to this one, but you can see EG just has no fear. They're not afraid.
Look at Gunner though. Gunner's getting something done here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, sort of. But
Something. That's what he's getting done.
He's super dead now. The DD from Abed secures it, and now pressure up top. I mean, hypothetically, you can maybe take this fight. They're gonna blink in with Ice. He still has Ravage available. Gonna take that Phantom's Embrace off of him.
He's dropping items. He's feeling it.
God, this freaking
Careful
guy.
around the flame break.
Rolling afterwards. Still the silence is on. They're gonna pull back in Arteezy. Maybe they can bring him down here. Underneath the tower, but the jump away happened. They don't have the damage. They don't have the lockdown there. And now Abed is there. They jump in and Ravage. Gonna kill absolutely everybody. They didn't stand a chance, Trent. Oh my God. What a great draft and what a game from EG. They're putting on a performance here in this game number 3.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to call it yet, just it's like the first match of the season, and they still have towers in the bottom lane, but this is not a game 2 situation where there's much hope for comeback. That was 95%, and this is 99%, so I guess it doesn't feel that far off, but yeah, that was pretty crushing. Excellent Ravage there, great patience from Ice, and that first blink in really did help secure the fight for them by just kind of baiting in Zoomers to seeing something that was not there.
All right, BKB used. Ice draws the reaction, able to dodge the stun. Well played indeed by Abed to get himself out of there, and yeah, they came what they they came what they came for. That's the expression, right, Trent?
Yes, yes, you are a great vocabulist.
God dang. 18-5.
I thought it was the math we were just bad at. I didn't know it was the English too.
With gratitude.
Now, sometimes these things happen. I like to see that, you know, Ace getting the tips from his teammates. A couple of different ones there. Appreciating some solid play. I think that he's been the standout player in this one for sure. After a little bit of a rough game number 2.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have this matchup in the offlane that the offlaner might like crush and win and stuff, but it's almost like some offlaners haven't just had enough experience actually abusing their like early prowess, because they're almost expecting to have like the shaft, you know? But Ice has been through those patches where it's like a really good game for him or whatever, and he's had to like really flex and carry the game a lot of the time. So he's very good at capitalizing on advantages he gets out of the early laning stage. And yeah, he definitely capitalized this game. I love his movement. I love the way he like left that bottom lane and went to pressure more important objectives and didn't care that Batrider was touching his tower. It's like Batrider and Sand King, that is the only problems that they can still face, even if they are kind of good this patch. But the wraparound now from the back. Can he get something done on the fly? That's the target.
One last hurrah. They jump in. Gunner BKB. Will it be enough damage? They're just getting eviscerated right now by the BKB from that PA. With 2 already dead, they did lose their support, so maybe there's an opportunity here. But it feels unlikely. Good stun. Okay, Gunner trying to back away, but they blow him up as well. Brex tries to run away. Sammy has one last gasp here. A chance, a hope, a dream. Can they do it? Oh, silence. Okay, nothing to break that. Ravage just back out again for round 2. They pull them both in, kill him back out. And unfortunately, the Clinks can only look on in sadness as the rest of his team will die. GG is called. And, well, nobody is left safe as Evil Geniuses take it 2-1 over the Zoomers.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to really visualize what people mean when they talk about feast or famine, but I think that this Clinks kind of showed that this game, where you're like, okay, yeah, I've seen the Zoomers